Hey guys, my name is Dean. Welcome to ManFlow Yoga. You are about to watch a full-length workout from my online members area here free on YouTube, so you can check it out and see if it's a good fit for you. I encourage you to check out some of the links in the description if you want to learn more about ManFlow Yoga, or if you want to get started with a free beginners program. I have a 7-day intro, which is free, no credit card required, and it's an awesome way to get started in just about 15 minutes per day. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. We put out tons of workouts and content every week, and I hope you enjoy this workout. Be sure to like it.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Dean. Welcome to ManFlow Yoga. This workout is active recovery routine. And so let me tell you the backstory behind this workout before we get into it. So this workout is what I did the day after I played a lacrosse game and went for a 4-hour hike. So you might be asking, why would you do a workout at all the day after you played a full lacrosse game and then went for a hike afterwards? So the reason is because moving your body helps you recover. That's the simple, short explanation. So if I had sat on a couch all day, the day after doing all of that, I would have been very sore. I would have had a lot of lactic acid buildup. I would have felt stiff. And so instead, what I did was got my body moving, got all my muscles engaged, helped with circulation, helped with recovery, helped speed up my recovery, and that's basically it. So this is the active recovery routine. I recommend you do this the day after you do a workout. And if you want to feel better the next day, or if you just want to feel better immediately, this will help with that. All right, so first thing you're going to do is go for a 15 to 30 minute walk. Now, so that's your first part of this workout. And if you don't want to do that, you can walk in place for 15 minutes. You can go for a jog. You can go cycling. You can go for a light swim. Lots of options, but basically you've got 15 minutes. Go do some light cardio, essentially. Okay, you're back. 15 minutes is up. Now let's get into the workout. Let's get a strap. Stand up nice and tall, toes touching. Press down through your feet. Bring your arms up. Press your arms straight up toward the sky. Squeeze your arms back. Big breath in. And then lean toward the right. Press your hips toward the left. Ooh. Keep your core tight. And stay as tall as you can. Just a couple breaths here. And again, for the point of these stretches, I want you to get some muscle activation, get a little bit of stretching in, and then kind of give up on the pose. So we're not going to be holding the poses for that long. Go to the other side. We're not going to be holding the poses for that long. The emphasis is just on getting your muscles engaged, getting some movement, getting some circulation, and that's what promotes the recovery. All right, bring it back to the middle. Last one here, standing back bend. So going up and back, look up toward the ceiling, squeeze your arms back, pull the strap in opposite directions. Make sure your shoulders are nice and relaxed. They're down. Core is tight. Make sure you're not pushing your hips forward, but you're keeping your hips above your ankles. Squeeze your arms back a little bit more. See if you can get a little bit taller. And then relax. Go ahead and take the strap down. Throw that away. And moving into a chair pose from here. So getting your glutes active. Bend the knees, tighten your glutes. You want to externally rotate the hips. Bring your butt way back. Squeeze your thighs together. Bring your arms up. And just a couple breaths here. Goal here is to just get your glutes active. You might already be sore there. That's okay. We're just getting the muscles firing, and then we're letting them release. So forward fold. Bring your chest toward your thighs. Bring your fingertips to the ground. Keep your knees bent. Lift your hips. Go ahead and look behind you if possible. Notice that I'm keeping my core long. I'm not letting my chest collapse. Just one breath here. And then take it back to a chair pose. So sit down again. Squeeze your thighs together. Tighten your glutes. Bring your arms up. Turn your palms to face backwards. Getting a little bit more of a stretch for your back. Push down through your feet. And then forward fold once more. Hands to the ground. Look behind you. Try to lift your hips to stretch your hamstrings a little more.
And if you want, you can pedal your feet back and forth in this position. Just straightening and then bending the leg, alternating between your left and right to help stretch your hamstrings, help loosen up your hamstrings, and again, get that circulation going to your thighs. All right, I'm going to move up from here, so go ahead and sit back down. Lift your arms up all the way. And release. All right, first posture, warrior one. We're going to go right leg forward. Step your left foot back. Point that out 45 degrees. Start with your legs straight. Square your hips toward the front. Big breath in. And then sink into your front knee. Knee is over your ankle. Press into the outer edge of your back foot. Make sure the arch is lifted. Squeeze your legs toward one another. Bring your arms up. And then we're going to do a little bit of rowing here. So I want you to, with your hands extended toward the ceiling, take a breath in. And then exhale, pull your hands toward your shoulders like you're doing a pull-up. Inhale back up. Exhale and pull. Just 5 of these. And as you're doing this, you're getting a nice stretch through your left hip and also through the calf. To get a better stretch to that calf, externally rotate your ankle and then internally rotate the thigh. So external rotation to the ankle, internal rotation to the thigh. Last one here. All right, and then step back up. All right, and switching sides. So now right leg goes back, left foot is forward. Push your left hip toward the ground, so maybe starting with the legs straight. Square your hips, big breath in. Exhale, hips come forward, chest stays right on top of the hips. Still pushing into the outer edge of the back foot, making sure the knee is locked out. Thigh is internally rotated, ankle externally rotated. So you should have a nice stretch through the calf and through your right hip, front of your right hip, hip flexor. Now instead of doing arms overhead, we're going to go arms straight out for this one. So inhale, arms out. Exhale, pull it in. Horizontal rows. And keep that up, 5 of those. And as you're exhaling, you can work on sinking deeper into the lunge. Tailbone reaches down. So you're not letting your back poke up behind you, your butt poke up behind you like this, but keeping the hips under your torso. And still getting a nice stretch through your right hip and through the calf. One more of these. All right. And then release. Stand back up. We're going to do a couple sun salutations here, or a couple half sun salutations. So toes can touch, hands at your sides, palms facing forward. Stand up nice and tall. Before we go into this movement, let's do 3 just deep breaths. So inhaling, exhaling to relax, and again, exhaling to release. One more, and release. Okay, inhale your arms up. Exhale and forward fold. Bend your knees, hinge at your hips, reach your tailbone back. So you're trying to keep your back flat here, not rounding the spine. Tuck your chin, look behind you. Inhale, half lift, so pulling your body forward. Hips trying to stay above the ankles. Exhale to forward fold. Look behind you. And then inhale all the way up, butt down, chest forward. Squeeze your glutes to stand up. And bring your hands back to center. One more of those. Inhale up. Exhale and fold. Bend the knees. Bring your arms out wide. Keep your torso long. Core stays tight. Core stays long. Inhale to half lift. Pull your body forward. Try to make a straight line with your back, parallel to the ground. Exhale, fold down. Inhale all the way back up. Sit your hips down, tighten your glutes. Bring your arms out wide. And release your hands back to center. All right. And move down to the ground now. Do some active movements for your upper body.
Again, this is active recovery, so we're going to get the muscles engaged in order to help them recover. So let's start in a plank position. Don't worry, we won't be here that long. Pull your chest forward, keep the biceps wrapping forward, keep your belly button lifted, and then 5 push-ups here. So inhaling down, elbows staying tight, exhaling back up. And just 5 total. Might seem like a lot. Don't worry, it's going to be done soon. Keep your elbows in tight, keep your chest open, keep your belly button lifted, keep the thighs engaged. All right, that should be 5. Lower all the way down now, and then take it back and do a child's pose. So we're going to stretch your arms after that. Bring your knees wide, big toes to touch. Keep your torso long, so almost arching your back to start off here. And then walking your arms out in front of you. Spread your fingers wide. Spread your thumbs away from your fingers. Relax your forehead down. Relax your arms. And actually, I'll give you an option here. If you want to, keep your arms active. Or if it feels good to relax your arms, go for that as well. I'll leave that up to you. For a little more active recovery, try and squeeze your arms toward one another. And try to keep your core tight here. So I'm not letting my belly fall toward the ground, but I'm keeping my belly button pressed to my lower back. Notice I'm trying to lift my tailbone up here. I'm not letting my back round like this, but trying to reach the tailbone toward the back. So I'm getting a better stretch through my spine, and also I'm getting my core engaged, and that's going to help with speeding up your recovery. All right, from here we're going to move into the start of a cobra position for some more active recovery. So this exercise is very good for stimulating your core, your abdominal muscles, and it's very good for libido, for energy. So that's really going to help jumpstart the recovery process. So hands under your shoulders, reach your legs back, point the toes, internally rotate your thighs, squeeze your legs toward one another. And for this, we're just going to lift up on the inhale and exhale and go down. So it's looking like this. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. So we're kind of doing these cobra lift exercises just to get the muscles to engage and then to release. So we're not holding the postures for a long time. Just holding them long enough to get the muscles to engage and then to release. All right, now if you want, you can also do rows with this. So arms out and inhale here. Exhale, pull back. Inhale out. Exhale back. Out. Exhale, squeeze. Get your back active. 2 more. Lift your chest. Use your core strength. 1 more. And then release down. And again, take it back to a child's pose. So knees are wide, big toes touch, walk your arms out. And this time, get a little more active with this. So I gave you the option last time to be inactive. This time, we're definitely going to be active with the arms. So fingers spread wide, index fingers face forward, thumbs wrapping in, forehead is down. Squeeze your arms toward one another. Reach your tailbone up. And we're going to move into a down dog from here. So keep your upper body the same. Bring your knees in close toward one another, so about hip width distant. Tuck your toes. And again, squeeze the arms toward one another so your upper body stays as close to child's pose as possible. And then we're just going to lift the hips and press the knees back into a down dog. So we're just going to do 3 breaths here, not that long, just enough to help get the muscles active. And again, to jumpstart that recovery process, to get the circulation going. Push down through your hands, internally rotate or externally rotate your arms so your biceps start to wrap forward, triceps wrap toward the back. Try to press your knees toward the back, push your femurs toward the back. So you're trying to get your legs further away from your hands and tighten your abs. 1 more breath here. And then from here, step up to a deep squat.
Toes facing forward. Sit your butt down, bring your arms out in front, lean back, and stand up. So very quick deep squat. We're going to do 10 of those. So we want you to just sit down, lean back, and then stand back up, using your glutes to stand up. So arms out, breathe in, sit down, leaning back, exhale, squeeze your glutes, stand up. So just 10 of these. Notice I'm trying to lean back. I'm not leaning my chest forward. I'm keeping my chest upright, facing forward as I'm doing this. And I'm really focusing on the glute engagement as I'm doing these squats. Arms are out to help counterbalance. I don't need to go too deep with these. The goal is just to get everything active. Let's do about 3 more. But notice I am keeping my chest upright this whole time. All right, there's our 10 deep squats. Those are all the dynamic movements we're going to do. Now we're going to move into some deep stretches. So first one is a lizard. And if you have some blocks, I recommend you use them. I'm going to have you put the block right in the middle of the mat. Bring your right foot outside the block. Crawl your left knee back. Big opening for your hips here. So actually, let me just flip sides so you can see this. But big opening for the hips. So I'm squeezing my right heel toward my right hip. And big opening through the hips, trying to press my hips forward, keeping my shoulders on top of my hips. And I'm using the block to keep my chest upright, which is going to get more lengthening through the psoas, through my hip flexor. And that will help get a deeper stretch. I'm going to spend 5 breaths here, so 5 deep breaths. And really focus on relaxing here. So we've done a lot of exercise up to this point, right? It's been dynamic movements mostly. It's been more difficult. And this part is all about getting your muscles to relax. You can tuck your chin if you want and relax your head toward your throat if that helps you relax more. And just let your hips sink. One more breath. All right, and then switching sides. So same thing, bring the block inside your left foot now. Left foot is up, crawl the right knee back, rest your hands on the block. And if you want, you can even use something taller than a block here. So if you have a chair, you can use that. If you want to stack your blocks, you can do that. Or if you don't have a block, you can also just rest on the thigh here. It's going to be a little bit not as effective. The reason why we have the blocks is so that you can support yourself and you don't have to use muscle engagement. You don't have to use your core strength to hold yourself up, which is going to allow your body to relax more. So that's the reason for the blocks. Same concept here, inhaling and then exhaling to relax. Allowing your hips to sink as you exhale. Let's do 3 more. Relax the shoulders, relax your face even. Relaxing your hips closer and closer to that block. Doesn't have to be a lot of movement, but just a little bit, just to help you open up a little bit more. Okay, and then release. All right, now we're gonna do some pigeon. So an awesome exercise for your hips to release. If you have a block and you're really tight in pigeon, I'll show you what you can do with this block. Keep the block kind of toward the middle for now. We're gonna slide your right knee toward your right hand, your right foot across your body. Make sure that your inner thigh is wrapping up, so there's a big external rotation to your hip. Now, if you're tight in this hip and if pigeon is not your friend right now, you're going to put the block under your hip just like that to help you sit upright and square your hips. All right, so now I can square my hips even if I don't have the flexibility to get my hip all the way toward the ground. And by the way, my hip doesn't even touch the ground unless I'm really open, so if your hip's not touching the ground, don't worry about it. If you don't want to use the block, you can also use a balled up sweatshirt or a towel or just anything that you can kind of stick under the thigh to support it. So now I'm going to take the block out. I've adjusted.
Make sure that my back toes are facing straight back. The top of my knee is facing the ground. My hips are squared forward. Now, because after a workout, your lower back tends to get tight, I want you to work on pulling your ribs away from your hips. So we're actually going to stretch that area around your waist to help relieve tension or help relieve any discomfort in the lower back. So again, try to pull your ribs away from your hips. Use your hands to keep yourself upright. And if you want to use the blocks here, you can rest your forearm on the block, and that will help you stay upright in a little bit more of a resting position. So we can stay here for about a minute. Let's do one more breath. Tuck the chin, relax, and then release. So to get out of this, we're just going to roll toward the right, and then switching sides. So now my left knee is up, my right heel somewhere between where my left heel somewhere between where my right hand and my groin is. Inner thigh is facing up on my left side. I'm going to crawl my right leg back. Top of my right leg facing the ground, sliding the toes back. And you want to make sure to open up from the hip here, your outer hip, not opening up from the knee. The knee does not stretch. It's the muscles that attach. I'm going to use my hands here, again, to get myself upright, to square my hips forward, and then work on pulling my ribs away from my hips to get that extra stretch. You might also feel a stretch through your right thigh here. And then use your exhale to sink deeper. So every time I inhale, I'm lifting a little bit. Every time I exhale, I'm sinking a little more. Just relaxing the hips, allowing the left hip to go down to the ground. So something that a lot of beginners will tend to do in Pigeon is they'll really tense up their thigh. They'll make it really engaged. And what you want to do instead is relax the hip. So allow the hip to relax so the muscle can stretch. If you're tightly clenching a muscle, it's not going to stretch. So you want to release the muscle in order to get it to stretch, in order for it to relax, and that will start the recovery process. That's why doing yoga the day after a workout, or doing yoga immediately after the workout, getting that muscle to relax is so important and can be such a boon for the recovery process. Relax the chin if you want. We'll do one more breath here. All right, and then roll out toward the left. All right, and now we're going to finish off, and this is a little abnormal. We're going to finish off with some ab exercises. So this is going to help draw pressure away from your lower back. Again, as we mentioned before, getting your abs active is going to help speed up your recovery. It's going to help with libido. It's going to help with getting your metabolism going. So everything's just going to be quicker. Your body's going to be more efficient when we get the core working a little bit. So I'm going to have you lay down on your back for this. Bring the knees over your hips. Bring your arms just out to your sides. And then inhale your legs out. Exhale your knees back toward your shoulders. And again, inhale out. Exhale, knees toward your shoulders. So we're just doing 20 of these. If this is difficult, you can bring your legs higher up like you see me doing here. So the higher your legs up, the easier it's going to be. Or if you want more of a challenge, bring your legs straight out, maybe hover them a few inches away from the ground. Now as you're doing this, you also want to squeeze your legs together. So we're going to challenge our thighs a little bit and get them active. And again, we're going to 20 here. So we can move quickly. We don't have to hold them for that long of a time. Again, our goal is just getting the muscles active, turning them on, and then getting them to release. Let's say I've done about 12 right now. Trying to keep your lower back almost flat on the ground. You want to have it just a little bit lifted. Shouldn't be any pain in your back. If you're doing this right now and you feel pain, you can go ahead and relax and just kind of hug your knees and roll from side to side like this. If you're still feeling good, keep it up. We've got 5 more.
keep your head relaxed down on the ground. So make sure you're not looking up at me now. We've been doing the same exercise. Keep the head relaxed so your neck can relax. 2 more. Last one. All right, and then grab the knees, squeeze them in, kind of roll from side to side. Give yourself a little break. Bring your breathing back to normal, in and out of the nose. The reason why I tell you to breathe in and out of the nose is because it helps you relax more. If you breathe out of your mouth, that can make you enter fight or flight, and that will speed up your breath. So if you can keep your breath slow, controlled in and out of the nose, that's going to help you relax. All right. Now, final exercise we're going to be doing our reclined twist. So bring your arms straight out to the side. Bring your knees over your hips. Move away from the wall. That's mainly for me, not for you. And then inhaling, legs over to the right. Exhaling back toward the middle. And then to the left. Exhaling to the middle. And we're doing 20 of these to each side. I know that seems like a lot, but this is very good for your spine. It helps to stretch your spine. At the same time, you're working your abs, you're working your obliques. So this is just a really great exercise to help with the, again, jump-starting the recovery process. It's also a very good exercise to warm up to, actually. So as long as I'm on this subject, and we've got 25, we've got like 30 of these to go total, a very good active recovery workout is very similar to a warm-up. So if you ever played sports when you were younger and you remember doing, like butt kickers and high knees and karaoke and those kind of exercises before a game or before practice, that's also a very good way to help to recover on a day off. That's a very good example of active recovery. And so what we're doing right now is kind of a form of that. We're taking some elements of what would typically go into a yoga class, and we're not quite going into a very difficult yoga class, right? We're just getting a little teaser of the poses, of the exercises that you would get in a normal class, and then we're getting the muscles to relax. So that's the method behind the active recovery routine that we're doing today, and that I personally do whenever I'm feeling sore, whenever I'm considering what to do the day after a big workout, or the day after if I played a lacrosse game, or if I went hiking. All right, let's just do a couple more. I have no idea what we're on right now. I have not been counting. But for the sake of the argument, let's say I'm at 19. 1 more each side. And I'm using my abs to bring this back to the middle. I'm not using my arms. All right. And then go ahead and relax. All right. That was your active recovery routine. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you got your circulation going. And hope you're feeling the difference tomorrow. So again, the goal of the active recovery routine is to delay muscle soreness, or also avoid altogether something called DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. And that's what happens when you do a big workout and then you don't do anything the next day or anything the day after that. And then you stand up from your desk and everything just goes, you get that feeling that your legs are exhausted, that it's just lactic acid buildup, that everything just hurts. That's delayed onset muscle soreness. So doing a routine like this is going to help avoid that. All right, guys, if you're watching this from the Man-Flow Yoga members area or the workout library, thank you for being members. I'm really glad to have you here. Please share with me what you're doing, what you're experiencing, the results that you're noticing, the challenges that you're encountering. I am here for you for that. So just send me an email at dean@manflowyoga.com. I'm happy to help, and I'm also interested in hearing about your experiences. So again, dean@manflowyoga.com. Let me know what's going on. If you are not already a member, you're watching this somewhere else,
please tell me because I want to know where my pirated versions are. But also, you can get full access to all of our other workouts by going to manflowyoga.com/7-day-trial. Pay $1, get access to all of our content, our workout programs, all of the workouts, diet, nutrition, tutorials, an awesome community of people dedicated to improving their health and wellness through yoga and beyond. So it really is an awesome resource, not just an online fitness resource, but also an online fitness community. So again, that's at manflowyoga.com/7-day-trial. Thank you for joining me today. Give yourself a pat on the back, and I'll see you for the next workout.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that workout. Hope you learned something new. Try to make these workouts very helpful in terms of technique, in terms of learning how to properly engage muscles and build strength with yoga. If you're looking for more workouts, I encourage you to check out the rest of the videos on this YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure I have over 1,000. And if you want more, if you're looking for an organized program to get started, I highly recommend checking out the Manflow Yoga members area. It's just $1 to get started with a 7-day trial. So thanks for watching. I hope you subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to like this video if you liked any of it. It's really helpful, and I hope to see you on future videos.